It's Tapped In Media, Russ and Rojo.
Oh, I thought we were nameless and unfamous.
Oh, well, no, we're not doing that was an old podcast, man. Back at it with another special guest, and we want to give a big shout out to the Nostalgic Latino.
Yep.
Right? He was great.
Thank you for coming on with us.
That was a very cool interview, man. Thanks for that.
Make sure you guys check that one out. That one's going to be on YouTube in about a month because this guy likes to...
Don't exaggerate.
Ouch.
Don't exaggerate.
Ouch.
Don't exaggerate. You're exaggerating right now, and yeah, you know, I feel like you're just keep going about it too. But it's
I'm
okay.
just saying, we still have a part 2 with Garrison. It's not out yet.
That's true. And shout out to Garrison too, man. That was a really cool interview. But we got it all figured out. Make sure you go and subscribe on YouTube and IG. On YouTube, it's at Tapped In Media, and on IG, it's Tapped In _Media.
Mm-hmm.
So hit us
Twitter
up.
as well, or X,
whatever they want to call. We're on Twitter too. Same thing at Tapped In _Media. Podcast page is coming soon. We're just still in the works of developing a new podcast page, but our YouTube is up and ready to go. So go ahead and hit a like, subscribe. You know the deal. Do it up right here. And see, I'm pointing right now, but it'll show up when I do all the editing and stuff like that. But tapped in with us right now, coming here from Vegas. We're excited because we know this guy for many years too.
And we've had him on our old
show,
NAU podcast.
That's right, the NAU podcast. You know, we had to bring him back for our new featured show here on Tapped In. Welcome to the show, EJ from Vegas.
Yeah,
KVEG. You know what though? Crazy.
Hello. Let me throw my hello in there.
Hello.
Sorry.
You're just gonna throw 8 different people in my intro. I don't know how I feel about that.
Sorry about that, EJ. So, hey man, real quick, we Googled you.
Yeah, we did.
Because you know we do that all the time when we have our new guests now for this new show.
What was the search?
EJ KVEG.
Oh yeah, that's gonna pop up.
Yeah, it did.
It popped up.
It says, and quote,
Go ahead.
EJ is a radio DJ who plays on Hot 97.5 KVEG 97.5 megahertz in Las Vegas, Nevada. He plays on weekends, and you can contact him at 702-320-5834 for contests and requests.
What the dude?
You know what's so funny is I never Googled that, but I know. I know
we
they
did
finally.
it for you.
That's crazy, and that's so in detail. Like somebody actually gave a damn to give you those like guidelines to listen to me.
Pretty cool, man.
Huh.
Hey, look what it says there in the middle. Time with friends on Zoom,
So
featuring EJ.
EJ was on our other podcast, and now
There's more than one link for me. On
bro,
fire.
You
Dude,
are not
Take
just
that,
more than
Garrison. Take that, Garrison.
one. Not just more than one, dude. Like you have like a whole like page like of EJ. You know what I mean? So when we created this new podcast, we were like, well, you know what? We got it. You know, of course we have our list, and of course you're on there, man.
We had to.
We were like, you know, and then we were talking about you. I don't know if your ears were burning, but we were talking about you a couple weeks ago when we interviewed Garrison, and he really liked your story, and we always liked your story, and it is a good story. So that's why we're talking about it right now here on Tapped In.
I did hear that Garrison interview, which was pretty good.
Yeah,
So
he gave me some good critique, actually. He texted me a couple things, like, don't do this, don't do that. You're a piece of shit here, but, you know, you're good. Just
Well,
kidding.
I didn't get any critique at all, so...
Oh, I haven't shown you.
Man?
Wow. Well, first of all, I don't know if you're off my shit list yet because you no-showed at my birthday party / what turned into my engagement party.
Damn,
Yes, you know
dude.
what, dude? Real quick for the applause on that.
Oh,
Congratulations.
we got a disclaimer? We got a disclaimer? Okay,
No.
go ahead.
No. But we wanted to congratulate you on
You give
your
the
engagement.
applause.
Yeah. We wanted to congratulate you on your engagement. You know, congratulations. You've come a long way, honestly, and that's one of the reasons why we had to have you on, because you do come from such a journey, and the hustle and the struggle that you went through to make it to where you are now. I mean, and we want you to give us your story, you know, your ups and downs, and you know what got you into chasing into your radio dreams.
Man, it started a long time ago. This is probably why I love doing promotion so much when I was first got to iHeart. Because I used to be that little sucker that would go, like, because I grew up I'm born and raised in Long Beach, on the playgrounds where I spent most of my days. Maybe another podcast. But
No doubt.
I used to love going up to the radio tents as a kid. The stickers, whatever little freebies they had. And I just remember like having so much fun with those interactions. And then what I went through as a kid, like long story short, my uncle raised me from like 5th grade till I graduated high school. So like children's court, going through like separation of parents and stuff.
I feel you on that one.
I always thought I was supposed to be either really emo or just beyond out there kind of personality.
Second high over here.
Oh,
Secondhand smoke.
Exaggerating.
you might as well enjoy it, bro. I'm tired of you fighting the feeling.
Oh, man.
So in Long Beach,
Born and raised on the playground is where I spend.
Yeah.
Most, okay.
We heard that
We got that one.
got you.
Got it.
You know what's funny is that he said that with the nostalgic Latino that we recently interviewed. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Inglewood," and this guy says, "Oh, Inglewood, up to no good," and he was like, "Oh god."
He's all, my eyes literally rolled all the way in the back of my head, and I can't help myself sometimes, you know. And I know it is annoying.
Why do you have to use such an affiliated reference, Russell?
I know, right? It's like
You
the
might
least
as well
LA
say,
thing to
"Oh,
do.
so when'd you stop gangbanging? We would like to know further." Like,
Right?
I don't know.
were you at the
man.
drive-thru when Mac 10 pulled up? Like, what are you doing to these people?
Let's go back to Long Beach though, and
Okay,
talk
all right.
about Long Beach, because that's where your passion for radio started. And I do love the going up to tents, and like, you know, when radio stations go and do hits.
Mhm.
And you know, I think they still do them these days, but that was pretty cool that you know, you get to, you know, just to see like, wow, I listen to the station all the time, and now I'm gonna go get free stuff for them. And you being a kid, you know,
I just thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I kind of carried that as I became to have a love for radio. And my route was to never to do radio in the beginning. I actually wanted to be an elementary school teacher. So after high school, I actually took elementary school teacher classes. But I don't know if you guys recall, around like 04, 05 in California, they did like massive layoffs for teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was all seniority based. So I thought I was smart enough when I was 18 years old to be like, why am I going to chase a 4 to 6 year degree, become so in debt with student loans, and I wouldn't be able to find a job because I have no built seniority in the school district. A lot of these California teachers are moving to like Nevada, Arizona. I was reading up on it. They had to leave where work was because they had the degree, but they couldn't utilize it in their own state.
Wow.
So I thought it'd be smart. Well, let me just go into radio. So as you can tell, I had no proper guidance as a youngster. I just was living wild and
Tell
free.
me about it, man.
But I don't regret it, because the classes, because I'm probably like a couple classes away from getting like a certificate in like some kind of like education. But I just thought it'd be a waste of my time. So I kind of learned a lot of stuff in those elementary school teacher classes, just how to like deal with families, deal with kids, understand kids' body languages more. And you guys see me when I was on the street team. I do radio for the people. It's never for the A-list celebrity interviews. It's never to hang out and be seen at the spots. I've always just been a sucker to give somebody a highlight, a moment in their day.
Yeah.
Which full circle goes back to me growing up and going up to those radio tents. Like, that was such a highlight of the day for me. And what I learned growing up in Long Beach, like, any day can be a fucked up day.
For sure.
And you don't know how people approach you. And you just like, somebody just needs that highlight of the day just to get by on. And I always kept that in the back of my mind. Like, people are just struggling to pay bills, get by. Families save up money to go to events that we're at. Like, it's a lot to come out of the pocket to pull stuff off. I always wanted to a next level experience for that person if I could. Without assuming, you know what I mean? Trying to be consistent with that approach, but knowing in the back of my head, somebody needs this day out. Somebody needs this gas. And I'm always gassing people up, and I love it. And then
I love it.
I just always loved that approach of just making sure everybody had a good time whenever I was around, and everybody was kind of taken care of. That's like my favorite thing about radio.
I
All
think
the
even
time.
right now that a lot of families can use that. I mean,
It's true.
Economically, it's hard times
It's
right now.
tough right now.
So
Man, if you gave somebody like a t-shirt at an event, you would have thought you gave them like a like a fucking stock in Bitcoin. Like they think this is like this is the time of my life. You know what I mean? And just the littlest things that we take for granted on our end of radio. I never try to lose sight of that. Though easier said than done. I will be honest about saying that.
So you're right now you're on the weekends, we know that, and then you fill in on the nighttime during the week as well. And of course you have other jobs because you're in radio, and that's just how it works.
Put that on a shirt.
Right? Of course you have another job because you're in radio. But you know, when you first decided to make the move, because you are originally from Long Beach and going out to Vegas, tell us about like that struggle and making that commitment and saying, I'm doing this right now. I'm leaving family. I'm going to Long Beach. I'm coming completely out of my element.
Yeah.
And headed to Vegas. Tell us about that part right there.
That was unique because me and iHeart, we broke up in September 2015. I got to keep the dog, right? They got to keep all the cars. They kept all the cars.
All the cars. And the tickets and the gift cards.
And the tickets and my connections with all my emails.
Man. Yep.
I say they did me worse than Jimmy Reyes, but that's a whole nother conversation.
I hear Jimmy all the time out here.
Jimmy's solid. Jimmy is solid. I love his bounce back.
No, not 94.7.
104.3, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, his FM, not my FM. I got love for people at my FM. It's just a joke, guys. No, but I was working. So when we broke up, I kind of thought that was my good run in radio. 5+ years. Got to work with Dodgers. Got to work with some of my radio idols.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
All three of my radio idols, I had an opportunity to work with, and they were my idols prior to me working with them, which is so crazy. My top 3 radio idols, in no particular order, because I don't want this, because these guys are held like highly regarded in my radio journey. But I think I feel like by default I have to start off with Victor Brick.
Yeah.
VTB. He was just like me, but 30 years older. I just always loved that energy, and that's where when I first started working with him, he kept embedded in me about my approach the whole time. It's like, man, if you have love for the people and have fun with the people, like it's not that hard of a route to continue on. Right. Victor Brick, he would just show up on the scene, and that energy he carried.
Oh yeah.
He didn't even have to establish it. It got there before he got there because people know he was showing up. It was magic. And then second, Big Boy. Big Boy, just growing up in Long Beach, LA area. That's just a staple.
Yeah.
That's a must.
You know what I mean?
That's a must.
That's just a
it's
staple.
Power 106. I mean,
radio legend.
Yeah, and then when they moved to iHeart, I had the opportunity. I don't know if you guys remember. I was they were trying to save a little money on security, and I was doing security at nightclubs already. So they asked me to roll with Big Boy for the first BET weekend. He was at iHeart. So I got like amazing behind the scenes experience rolling with Big Boy at a BET event. So it wasn't just like going to the mall and showing up and hanging out and for like an hour kind of promo event.
Doing a meet and greet sort of thing.
BET weekend is like our Grammys for radio. You know what I mean? And I got to roll. That was mind blowing. So I had opportunity to roll with him, which I'll never forget. Cool. And then third but not least, Petros Papadakis. Oh
nice.
Man,
That's awesome. My man,
And if you can tell, Petros is really good with people, but he's a little cranky too sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And I felt like Petros is that person that described both sides of me. Like, and what I mean by that is that elite people's person, very people's champ kind of energy. But then sometimes he could get aggravated about some things, but then kind of deal with them real quick and then get back into never lose sight of what I'm still doing. You know what I mean? Like, radio's always going to throw you off. There's always going to be some kind of curveball you didn't see coming, and you just got to deal with it on the go.
Right.
I always enjoyed Petros because he would give 15 seconds of giving it man, what the hell kind of energy, and be like, all right, back to it. And I was like, you know what? I love that. But I always appreciate him because I was always a sports guy too. Mm-hmm. And then his come up was wild how he went to what 1540, I think it was back in the days that the Korean station
Yeah,
turned
the Korean
into.
station. That's
And
true.
then he kind of followed into I remember the skit he used to do. I forget what was that Mexican restaurant he always used to make fun of, like the speaker always being like completely
Oh, like the drive-through. I don't remember which one. I know what you're talking about.
Oh man, it's over there in LA by the big old park. I can't recall.
I
But
can't
anyways,
remember. I know what you're talking about though.
one of his skits, and I just always listened to the dude, and just by chance he went to 570, and then I became their intern, and then that's how I got my foot into iHeart Radio. So
That's awesome.
Back to like, so these are people that I just looked up to in radio. I just felt like they kind of gave me somewhat of a poor man's version of a blueprint that I can probably follow if I wanted to pursue that. And then I don't know, man. It's just that I really feel like all the stuff that I've been through in life, I felt like I needed an outlet, and I allowed radio to be it.
You know what?
But
that kind of I kind of feel that what he's talking about, because the way that I grew up, I mean, my dad was a musician, so I got to see him on TV a couple times. So some of the radio passion that I had comes from like the whole musical side of things for my family. And when I got into college, I'm like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I saw my best friend at the time taking kinesiology, and I'm like, well, okay, maybe I can take a shot at that.
You were just gonna
but then
take
I
it
heard
because?
about how much math goes into it. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's
then
not
I
for
heard
me.
that they had radio there, and I was like, you know what? Let me check out this radio thing. I want to talk. I want to be on the mic. I always love talking to people. And I got into that. And I'm like, oh, I only have to go do this much math. Oh, I'm good. Let me do that. But I also got led in 2004 or 2005. That's when I ended up at Clear Channel, now known as iHeart.
The clearest of all channels. There's
Spanier
no
was
other
the
clear
guy.
channel. These are the clearest channels anybody's ever cleared.
But Arnie Spanier was my dude as far as radio. Like, since he named his top 3, mine was like, one of them was Arnie Spanier, and he's the one that kind of opened up the door for me. Then Joe Grande.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Joe Grande. I was
Love
able to.
Joe.
It was 2
Shout out
interviews
Joe
that I
Grande.
had to do as a final.
Yeah.
I got to do Arnie Spanier. He gave me Clipper tickets, which I was very mad about. But he hooked it up with a bunch of Hooters wings because he had a live remote at the Santa Monica Hooters. So I will forever remember that.
If you take wings out of that sentence, it's a whole different sentence. Like, he hooked me up with Hooters.
Only EJ would know how to do that.
I'm just saying, sometimes one word is so crucial in a sentence.
That was great, man.
So crucial in a sentence.
But I bring some of this up because, again, going back to some of the stuff that we went through at iHeart, and your road to where you're at right now wasn't that easy, but you made it seem like your journey was just like fun and exciting, even as you were posting your Amazon days.
Yeah.
Like, you were grinding it out, and then
Wild.
doing radio. We all have our grind, we all have our thing, but I want to know what it is that kept you going while you were still doing this whole Amazon thing and posting these fun, like, exciting videos, and they were just funny, like while you're driving that Amazon truck.
Right. I was always a big fan of shit don't have to be as bad as it seems.
Yeah.
It's true.
Though
Very
shit
true.
is stuck on the ceiling, do I really have to live my whole day like it is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've always been the one, like, I always said I had a PhD in bottling up shit. But it doesn't mean that I sold the bottle. I still got it in inventory, but I'm just bottling it up, like, there's no need for me to kind of like carry like that moping energy. Russell can contest to this. On some of my worst days personally, if I was at an event, you would have thought I was just on cloud 9 the whole time.
Yeah.
I was always like, you know what? Today's a shitty day. But
You
lights,
always
camera,
brought great
Yeah.
energy. And I
lights,
mean
camera,
energy.
action. Let's go. It's game day. You know what I mean? Put the eye
For
black
sure.
on and put me in, coach. That's the energy, and not even to like not even to be like a downer of the moment. But when my grandma passed in 2013, the next day I went to go do an event. Everybody was telling me like take a day off. I was like, nah, man, put me in, coach. Like, If anything, let me get back at it.
I do remember that time too. It was really hard for you.
Oh yeah, my grandma was my queen. My grandma
Yes,
was on top of the totem pole for everything, you know.
Yeah.
For sure.
But when she passed, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry about
I was gonna say, go ahead, Russell.
Apologies. Apologies everywhere.
Well,
just take it.
I just know. I just do. I was gonna say. I remember a time that you were like that, and the fact that you did go out there and you went to work and you still gave that person a shirt or that person a tickets to whatever we were giving away that day. Knott's Berry Farm. We gave a lot of Knott's Berry Farm tickets away. But that you still went out there and changed someone's day, for that moment, even though you're going through this sad time. And that just says a lot to your character, and that's probably why I think you found something like being in radio is a great thing for someone like you. Like, I think honestly you have the potential to be, and I'm not just saying this because you're a good friend of mine. I honestly believe you have the potential to be a drive time DJ in radio, and that's a big thing, like for what we do, or like what in the business that we're in. And I love that you keep carrying that out, and especially that situation with your grandma, which was a lot of you. It was you were that person, and you would come and tell me, I'm gonna go to bingo with my grandma, man.
Gotta take grandma to bingo. Grandma knew grandma always found out whenever you got a new job. She's like, she's like so smooth with it, but she was taking mental notes. She wanted to know if you got paid every week or every other week, so she can line it up with her bingo schedule.
That's awesome.
And she was smooth with it, because she'd be like, oh, how much are they paying you? Oh, every week or every 2 weeks. It's just like a sweet grandma would inquire about congratulations, baby, kind of thing. But she was such a smooth operator, bro, that she was keeping mental notes in the bag. And then, like, if you told her, like, oh, I don't have it, she goes, but I know you got paid today. Like, she would just, like, the subtleness of her burning you in your face, and you had no rebuttal because you done exposed your damn 401k to her already. And she already knows what you're collecting. But I did. Go ahead. I'm taking this one.
Take that one, man.
I did enjoy, though, the opportunity to have an outlet, which I would always be grateful for radio. Because I will be honest, radio is a fucked up ass business. It's literally how you maneuver yourself within it. It's literally how you like contain yourself in it, and your mental approach about it all.
Right.
True.
There's a lot of physical and mental anchors that can be applied to anybody in this industry that can weigh you down. It's just how big are your calves and can you float? And
you got some pretty big calves.
That is true.
That's for sure.
I had to slide that in there.
I'm sure that's why you did it.
Would you ever consider doing morning show stuff? Like, if they approached you about it and say, hey, we're going to add you to the morning show team, and, we want to put you on as like a co-host. And at that point, you had that as a serious job. Then you're going to have to push, the other gigs around, because like, that's just, it's radio.
It's tough. Yeah. Cause, I have I don't know where to start with this answer. So I'm gonna just go as it downloads from my mind from the Matrix. I will say that, I do have I call it a regular adult job right now, Monday through Friday. I work for a medical company. I do credentialing, but like I believe Russell said earlier, of course you have a second job. You're in radio.
Well, yeah, you're in radio.
It's part of the blueprint. Unless you're like the 1%ers,
for sure.
Like Petros or Big Boy, you need something else coming in to survive.
I have a second job. I work 2 jobs, so
it's crazy, right? So,
until this thing blows up, hopefully.
Right. That's the goal. That's what I call it. I call it my regular human job. And then but to do the radio aspect of it all, it's passion driven. I always say, like, radio can't be something you just want to make it's not Uber Eats, it's not DoorDash, it's not something just to go ahead and just trying to get a little extra check on the way. If anything, the extra check is still not enough, but it's passion driven. And going back to your morning show comment, I actually was on the morning show out here 2 separate times, and I gotta walk a tightrope talking to you guys right now.
Nice.
So I wouldn't say trouble, because I think that's a very misinterpretation of it all. I bumped heads with the higher ups a couple times that got me taken off the morning show twice.
Wow.
And I feel like, because this is like a PTSD for all of us, so I'm trying to be as vague as I can with the situation where we all can relate without giving specific details.
Sure.
There was a misunderstanding or a miscommunication one time where I was told to do something, but I went beyond measure with the request. Like I was always let me know what you want, I'll make it happen. I always tell people, I don't need you in the kitchen to make sure I'm cooking chicken. If you order chicken, don't be in the kitchen making sure I'm cooking chicken. I'm gonna serve you chicken, but let me cook how I want to cook.
Right.
So they gave me a responsibility, and I feel like I went beyond measure because I was still fairly new, and I wanted to show them what I was all about. But that backfired, and it backfired in my face. And the result of why I got kicked off, I can tell you why. It's because I ended up working too many hours in 1 week. What?
What?
So
No way. You?
I can't.
On. Really?
I've
I
been
don't
a
believe
shift.
that.
I've been a shift shark all my life.
All your life.
I literally, when people don't want to work, my ears go up like my dog does for a snack. I literally jump at the opportunity because I just like to go. You know me, I like to stay active. An event unattended is an opportunity missed sometimes because some of these not so populated events, you can still link up with some nice execs that can set you up for later on, or just
Absolutely.
the networking aspect of it all.
Yep.
Even if only 10 people showed up, there's probably 3 important people in there that can help you out somewhere along the way later on down the road.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
and those are opportunities that I always love. Like even the people that didn't appreciate doing street team shit, I always told them, I was like, man, there's no other gig that's actually laying out the platform for you to go milk. You know what I mean? Promoters out here that got to start from the ground up, find a venue,
Yeah.
get talent
that.
to show up. Like that is a lot of groundwork. Promotions, salespeople, they give us everything we need to take. They give us giveaways.
Sort
Like,
of.
bro, we just got to go and perform.
Yeah.
This is the red carpet of it all. Whoa.
No doubt.
Don't take your extra nap because you don't want to get it in. I'm on my way. Like I just always. And then what's funny is because Russell used to be my manager, and I used to get in trouble all the time for going over hours.
He still acts like he's our manager.
I don't think I do that, Dick.
It's very manager tone though, right there.
Yeah.
No. EJ can
So-
be heard on Hot 97.5 KVEG. I didn't Las Vegas, Nevada. You could also listen to it live on the website. We were looking at the website and we saw your picture, and we do still love that you have the 2020 Dodgers. I think this is a great profile picture, and if you should go to the people, if you hear this, go to the website kvegas.com and look under Jocks and EJ's happy grin with his it's awesome. And
You
you know,
said it so wrong.
what did I do? I mean, okay, I don't say it like them. What?
Oh,
you
what's
know,
them mean? What's them mean?
What's them?
Sorry, like EJ
Didn't even release Garrison's second episode, and there you go trying to get canceled.
or
There- what?
AM1. Jeez.
Hey, EJ, I know that. So, being that you mentioned that you got someone in trouble with, the higher ups over there.
Yes.
Going back to the iHeart days, obviously there was a little bit of.
I see
you
you
know,
brewing over there with Garrison
yeah.
too. I see where this is going, but please proceed. Let me take a sip.
I mean, you did get a little bit of.
It was on the schedule for me to get in trouble monthly. Openly, I would be honest about myself. I'm
I
more
disagree
mature.
with that. I disagree with
I
that.
mean-
It wasn't on the schedule for you to get in trouble.
They did not CC Russell on these schedules, but my shit was scheduled to be in trouble.
So what happened with iHeart and the fact that even though that transpired with you, what still continued to push you into this radio thing that led you to Vegas? Because
your
anybody else would have probably been like, well, you know what, screw radio. Kind of like
Right.
me.
Right. Is your question why me and iHeart broke up?
Yes.
Okay.
We want the facts.
Now I gotta pull out my benefits card for the therapy session. All right.
Copay.
So full transparency. I took a company car, but I was always living on the edge with iHeart.
Weren't we all?
Yes, but I would say me and Adam were like we were ahead in the polls.
And you just dragged ADM's name into the.
I needed a carpool buddy sometimes. Carpool buddy is very crucial in some of these troublemaking situations. You can't do it by yourself. It's not the same. But I will say, so I took a company car out, and ended up getting it got a parking ticket, and it did not get paid. So the person, yes,
that's right.
So what's funny is that this is what took me out, because I had done like level like fire like 10s, and I was able to survive iHeart. This was like a level like 4 fire. Like you could use one extinguisher to put this out, but no, they had to act like they needed a whole sprinkler system. But it's my fault. As I got older, I was a little dumb fuck sometimes, and a little over my jurisdiction, I guess you would say. So, but I thought the dude that was gonna pay the bill, which he always did for all the other cars, they wanted to finally speak up, like, hey, you've been getting too many tickets, and then further investigation. But I feel like that a couple people had it out for me, and I felt like I made it easy for them to let me go, because my body of work. But honestly though, I don't want to be one-sided. My dumbass did get myself in trouble unintentionally, but a lot intentionally too, because I am a high risk, high reward promo person, which I don't think they build anymore. They don't build them like that anymore.
No.
But I'm like the guy that tries to steal second base. If I steal second base, I'm a fucking hero because I set myself up to score on a single. But if I get thrown out, what were you thinking? Now we have an extra out.
Yeah.
High risk, high reward.
Don't get it twisted. Him and I, we ended up getting speeding tickets one time because we were trying to rush it to an event. So I thought we were gonna get fired for sure. I was scared, nervous, and then,
another time I was nervous is Russell may remember this. Cut it out if you don't want this out there.
No,
but when I hit a brand new Mustang at Pep Boys with the truck.
Damn.
I was reversing, and there's like a certain shade they were like working on a car. You remember the Pep Boys we used to take our cars to right across the street from Nickelodeon? And then there was like a lot of shade like the time of the day. So as I'm reversing, and it's an all like murdered blackout like Chevy Camaro, something like that. So it was camouflaged to the shade from my rearview mirror. So I'm reversing, and we had one of those. What made it worse though is that we had the trailer hitch in the back of the truck. That damn thing, it gave the Camaro like a nose fucking piercing because I went into it so bad, and it was like brand new. Yes.
EJ, I have a story like that too, and I'll share it in a bit. But continue.
We were trying to keep Ernie out of it. I won't bring Russell into this. I was trying to keep Ernie out of it, and I was like, I need all the insurance information.
Ernie Christoph?
Yes.
Which
I thought he would have been helpful, but sometimes you catch Ernie on a Tuesday the wrong way. It could be a little different.
Yeah.
So I was trying to like bypass going through higher ups because they didn't really know, just insurance. Because our higher ups weren't going through insurance claims.
Nah, man.
No.
That was
I
my
knew
job.
this. Yes, and I knew this. So I really thought I was gonna get fired because I think there was only like 70 miles on this car. I remember that being told to me, like, this is fresh. And they were there to get like some kind of like maintenance done or to make their car even better. And they walked out of there with a busted up ass lip in the front. And I felt so bad. And I really thought I was gonna lose my job over that. And I survived.
Another
survived. I survived, but there's a lot of other ones.
I wanted to ask you, and I don't want to be repetitive because I did ask the question to Garrison, being that he was an iHeart. So I'm gonna try to ask it differently.
I know exactly, but you know what? Let me see your growth.
No, I'm gonna ask this.
Yes.
Do you feel that you were singled out a lot, and even though a lot of other people should have been like, why aren't they being talked to? You know, why aren't they? Why are they getting this and probably I'm not? I'm grinding it out and I'm doing this.
Yes. Yeah, probably yes. Yeah, yes. But the thing is though, is that I'm not sure I
You already knew where I was going with it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I asked for that attention, but I felt like the way I was killing it was due to come my way. Because we were AM boys, and then when they combined all stations, we were 4th floor boys at heart. And then when we came, and then we brought that 4th floor energy to the 5th floor, I don't think they were ready for that. They thought that maybe.
I don't think so.
And all respect
that is
to
the
all,
truth.
all respect to all my fifth floor people, my FM people, because I've come across some really great people on that
For
floor.
sure.
But there were some people that thought maybe since we were a talk station, like there was a hierarchy and we were supposed to bow down like on some West Side Connection shit, and they had us fucked up.
Like they didn't know, like they thought maybe these guys don't know how to run promotions.
But don't you find it funny though, now that all these people that
foreshadowing, preach it,
that wanted to do radio and be on the radio and then get their voice heard and all that other good stuff, but you're only doing 15 to 20 seconds and you're front and you're backing on the track, and that's it. But talk radio allows you to do more.
Yeah, elaborate.
And to come out of your shell, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I think me personally, I thought they had it backwards. Like, okay, yeah, you want to be on the FM dial and you want to do all the radio music stuff. It's cool and all. But the talk radio stuff, because I love music, but the talk radio stuff, it really does more for you as a broadcaster, I think, because you can have more thoughts included, you can connect with people differently,
right.
And that just, I just felt they had it completely backwards over there during that time.
Yeah, I think because what you said, I believe is completely true, and I agree, because I think they put themselves in a situation to how would I say, run down music because it's so repetitive on an hour-to-hour basis, compared to like if you have a hot topic could probably carry you the whole show. But if not, you could switch that up. You can switch that up like every 30 minutes, drop a new topic, but you're still gonna play Drake 4 times an hour. You know what I mean? So that's why I think they do have it backwards. They should be keeping the music more fresh,
right?
While enjoying these conversations that on-air talent are providing to you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like on-air talent in an FM world, unless you're like a morning show and part of the 1%ers, it's hard to carry.
Right.
And even
I want to ask you more about being at KVEG and in the hip hop station and doing that job now, because that's what catches our interest mostly right now. I mean, kind of cool that we can Google you and boom, that's what pops up. That's your identity right now, and you didn't even know that. So that we
didn't even know.
I know. Hold on one second.
Oh no!
Real quick. Hold on 1 second, real quick though, and then we'll come back and we'll get.
Gotta take a quick break.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Tapped In Media, we're back with EJ from 97.5 Vegas. Thank you for taking the time to join us again on this beautiful Sunday. Honestly,
it's pretty nice out.
It's actually pretty nice out here. It's got a little bit of wind.
What's the temp out there where you're at right now?
Currently coming in live from the 702. It is a nice breezy 65 degrees outside.
Wow. Really?
Yes. But I was I'm drinking tequila and pineapple, and I had a hoodie on. Sticking to the brand, but I had to do a little Beyonce outfit change real quick between our break.
Got you hot.
A little warm, and I have Rex laying behind me, and his hot breath don't help. You know what I mean? So,
hey, speaking of Vegas and hot, I'm gonna actually be out there this next weekend coming up.
What's your occasion this time?
Wedding kind of sort of thing. I mean, it's my cousin that's getting married.
Your body language says this person should not be getting married.
Oh no, nothing like that. Oh shoot.
Wedding, kinda. Ceremony.
No, they're getting married here, but they're also getting married out here. So I'm just trying to figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna be out there Friday. We have a cousin that lives out there in Vegas as well, so we're gonna go barbecue over there, and then Friday we're trying to figure out like what to do as far as the boys, because it's like a bachelorette thing.
There it
all
is.
Together?
No, separate. The girls are gonna they were gonna go to Magic Mike, but I guess now they're going to Thunder Down Under.
There's more.
And the guys, we don't know what we're doing.
You're gonna have like a fantasy football draft,
I guess.
Hey man, when you're on the air, what's one of the weirdest requests I think you've gotten on the request line at 702-320-5834?
Damn.
Oh, the wildest requests. You know what's weird? I have a lot of people offer like to bring me food, and usually
nice.
I'm usually fair game. It's happened a couple of times from listeners that I've like built relationships, and I was like, okay, that's cool. But there's some people that are like, I'm at In-N-Out. You want something? And I love In-N-Out.
Yeah.
But man, it's just that I don't know if I have like true trust issues, but that's still it's a kind of weird game to play sometimes, like to like not really know somebody and have them bring you something. You know what I mean?
Right.
At least DoorDash puts a fucking sticker on the bag to pretend they didn't touch it. You know what I mean? But like super weird. Oh, I almost had I had this one guy call after a girl. This one lady one time called up and she was like, I just want to spread love to the world. I just want to say like and she gave like this like presidential speech. Like she very meant it. She's like everybody's Thea. But she just wanted like, I just want to let everybody know that I love everybody and I just want everybody to be happy. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. And then some dude called right after, probably like 3 minutes. Like, and her, the lady's name is Angel. He was like, hey, Angel sound nice, but this sound like some like he sounded like a Bernie Mac kind of dude. Oh. He's like, oh, Angel sound nice. Like, what her name? You know what I mean? Like, can I be her? I was like, Then I felt bad. Like,
he told the whole Robert Downey Jr.
He did right now.
Dropping thunder right there.
That's great.
More thunder than the girls will see.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But I was like, that's kind of weird because I didn't know this dude. I was like, man, you came in pretty hot. You sound super thirsty as fuck. I don't know if I want to do that to sweetheart Angel, who's probably actually trying to make a real impact, and you'd be like, she sound good for a Thursday night. Like that's the energy that I heard. We're in Vegas though, you know what I mean? So I don't put my guard down around anybody. And even when I'm out and about, I get along with everybody. But that doesn't mean you in the circle. Those are two different mentalities for me. And what's another weird one? There's been a couple like there was this one girl when I first started. She wanted to know if she can I guess she's gonna hear this if she hears the whole podcast. She wanted to like role play like sex talk, like because she was a sex talk worker. But that's why she's up because I do graveyard. So she was like, "Hey, can we do like a skit where we just play?" And then I'd be like, "Oh, if you want some more, like tell like the listeners." But there's these whole rules that I can't pimp your business though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been great content, like content. Oh, content. My demographic for the graveyard is amazing out here. Like it's not your typical 1 a.m. LA. Like
for
1 a.m. 1 a.m. on a Friday night going into Saturday morning is like 10 p.m. your time. You know what I mean? So,
because it's party town, man.
Who knows what? Who knows what you're on? Who knows what you're about to take? Who knows where you've been and where you're about to go? Like there's just so many moving dots out here to assume one person's state of mind. I think that's the best way to say it. So I had to deny it because I thought that would be great. You know what I mean? Like, I like the way you caress that microphone or something. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know where it was gonna go. But in my mind, I'm pretty creative to narrate it. But I was like, I can't have you pimp yourself because I didn't know what she really did. Like you're a sex talker, is that what they're called?
Yeah, I guess. Sex talking or I don't even know, man. That is a weird request.
But how do I know you're not at Mandalay Bay, just really on the corner? Like I can't assume that.
Right.
What if somebody slid into the DMs and they actually met up and they're in a headline next day? I'm gonna be a subtitle to that. Can't have it. Can't have it.
Radio host DJ.
Ooh.
Yeah. You'll be a news story, dude, on your local feeds over there.
It'd be like
I wanted to, so
and that's the attention you don't want.
Being that you're at 97.5 and you've been there for how long now? What, 3, 4?
No, I am. Which I always laughed about you guys with your old podcast.
Damn.
The way you guys calculated your years. I just completed my 4th year, so I'm in 4.5 years now.
So I wanted to ask because obviously there's a grind to it. There's a patience that has to go with radio and being able to make it into a certain spot when it comes down to being able to make more money and being able to be like, okay, cool.
Right.
I'm now solidified as an afternoon drive time host or midday or morning. Being that you're still on the weekends, has there been a moment where you're like, damn, when am I gonna get my shot?
Yes, all the time actually. But there's I've been passed up a couple times for opportunities. I don't know if you guys remember. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know if you guys remember. I had to like check the box to agree and agree to terms right now.
I saw it.
The tequila said
I had to.
The tequila said go ahead.
Remember old boy on the old podcast? You guys went through the website. You're like, oh, we want you to take his slot. This guy needs to go.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, I won't say his name, but you remember that?
Yep.
You remember that part, Russell?
Yep.
Yes.
I see you a little dozy over there.
Yeah.
And then
I
I was trying to tell you, I was like, nah, I don't want the
I
energy.
specifically remember.
You guys are like, nah, fuck this guy. We want you to take his slot. And I was still fairly new because I think it was like my second time back with you guys. It's like, nah, bro, like I'm still trying to like wiggle my way in, like through any crack of the door.
He's trying to be politically correct.
Yeah,
total
yeah,
PC.
but you guys are like, yeah, we hear you, but nah, he gotta go. I was like, damn, you guys are. So I love you guys, but whew, coming in, how about that? So, anyways, his ass ends up getting fired, right?
Damn.
Huge mistake one time. Almost got me fired too. This is why I kind of don't really care too much about going to like not all details, but enough for you to for me to paint the picture. One night, I know what you asked, Rojo, but this is a good story. One night, I'm going in. It's Friday night. I work graveyard midnight to 5 a.m. So, but in Vegas, it's still Friday night. You know what I mean? Like Friday night doesn't end after midnight. Nobody says Saturday morning. If it's 1:30 in the morning on a Friday night, it's still Friday night for some reason. So I'm on my way in, and I usually listen to the radio station, kind of hear like what they're talking about. Maybe like pick from what's hot right now and then kind of carry it in. You know what I mean? Just natural stuff I would always do. Dead air on a Friday night. I hit old boy up. I hit, hey bro, there's dead air on the radio right now. Like, did the connection go out? Which would happen maybe once or twice a year.
It's
so
happened.
It's not a surprise.
Happens.
Not a surprise. I was just trying to be a homie. Like, hey, did you know? And then he was like, oh, no way. I was like, yeah, I've been in the car for like 5 minutes and nothing's come up. And he was like, I'm not at the station right now. So who's at the station then? He goes, so, all right, now let me walk the line now. So it turns out this dude left work early. That sounds like a janitor. This dude left early without putting the system in auto so it can continue to run. On a Friday night, 45 minutes plus of dead air on the radio. On a Friday night in Vegas, that's what we got. And then he didn't tell my boss that was the get down. And then when she ended up finding out, I told the dude, are you going to talk to her? I need to know. Because my boss is very, very direct talking about if something happens, tell me. Almost on some Dave Wee shit. Tell me so I know. Don't catch. Want to be on top of it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
which I respect, you know. But old boy said that he would take care of it. He would talk to her. Turns out he did not have that conversation. She ended up finding out on her own, and I almost got treated like the getaway driver in a drive-by. So I almost got the same sentencing as he did because she wasn't told. But old boy told me that he would tell her, and he didn't. And there was like 45 plus minutes of dead air on a Friday night in Las Vegas.
Wow.
So
Did they pull the air check on that?
Oh, they had to. They went back to camera footage. They went back to like the moment he left, how he messed up, and he just forgot to put it back in auto. If he would have put it back in auto, his podcast probably still have the job.
Wow.
But since I didn't reach out to my boss and tell her, because I thought old boy would, and we were cordial. Not like I would tell you guys like, yo, let's link up, you know what I mean, have a drink, not like that. But when we in the studio, we could be cool.
Yeah.
But I gave him the benefit of the doubt, bro, and he almost took us both down. I got suspended
man.
I got suspended for a week, and then while they're trying to figure it out, and they kept me around. And honestly, it was so funny. Like,
Still getting in trouble, huh, EJ?
Bro, you know what's
But
so
he wasn't even
funny?
trying.
Without your fault though.
And
like,
it's so full
no fault of your
circle.
own.
Because I would say at least like 62% of the time I got in trouble at iHeart, it was really me being guilty by association on some shit. I will say, well, when I say 62, so the other 48%, 38%, I probably took the lead on those. I won't be like, oh, innocent victim over here. But there's a lot of times of guilty by association in this industry. You will still get in trouble. Just because you are around, just because you are a witness, you may have nothing to do with the blueprint at all. But you were in the area, and you are now a suspect.
Guilty
You're
by
right about
association.
that, because there was many times where I probably should have been fired for some of the things I did on my own.
Uh-huh.
You know, there was an instance where we were at, what was it, Mai Tais? Mai Tais
Yeah.
in Long Beach.
That's your best
Yeah.
story, though.
Yeah,
That
it
is
is.
your
It's pretty
best
good.
story. Like that's your. God damn it. That's your best. Fuck. That's your best. God fuck. That's your best
Yeah.
that story.
Yeah, I really, I mean,
You
and
blew
it
it
wasn't
over.
intentional though, but yeah, I get it. I messed up, but I mean, they didn't fire me. And then going back to like when you said that you hit that brand new Mustang, and with the hitch.
Yeah.
I remember one time, we were at Arnie Morton's with Gary Kane, the Loose Cannons. We were doing a live remote over there
Ja.
in Century City, and they wanted me to park that big old van, was it the blue van, the AM 570 van?
Oh yeah,
The big old blue van.
the extra.
So
extra
I'm like,
sports.
all right, cool. There's the garage parking. I go in there not knowing the limit of
the
feet.
clearance. The
Yeah,
clearance.
the clearance. I'm going in there. There's a parking guy there, and all you hear is.
That's on the parking guy. The parking guy should have eyed that.
I know. He should have said something.
That parking
But-
guy should know.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh no, so and I got stuck. The van wouldn't move because it was deep in there into the roof of the van, right?
That's even
and
worse.
it took out.
Was that the LEDs that,
Yeah,
that we
and
have up top?
remember remember it had this like signage in
Yeah.
the back, so it took that out.
Oh,
And
do you
I didn't
remember
realize,
that?
and they didn't notice it even after that day, because I had to back out. I had to force it out. So I parked it. Then, like a day later, they noticed it, and Gary comes up to me. I need to know right now. Look at me in my eyes. Did you fuck up this truck? And I look him dead in his eyes, and I'm like, no, it wasn't me. Seriously.
Why would you just not come forth and be like,
No,
yeah, I did
because
it.
I felt
Because
like I was gonna
honestly,
get
though,
fired.
what-
He was
'cause-
already on me about getting, like,
Look
he
at-
wanted me to get fired.
Rojo almost became a cop one time, so he has the stability mentally
I know.
to convince himself to pass a lie detector test.
Yeah, I mean,
He's like that dumb person that pours like hot ass coffee on their crotch to be like, all right, now I can pass any test, like lie detector test. Because what if Rojo convinced himself that it wasn't my fault? It was the guy allowing me to drive in.
Yeah.
Why would I take the blame?
I felt like it wasn't my fault.
No conviction at all.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and Gary had a weird way of managing people. And
Gary
that
was cool,
whole
but then
thing.
he was also a dick with me. He was a total dick with me.
Yeah,
Gary
well,
was a dick when he had to be a boss.
Did you end up having to work with him?
He got me in trouble during my internship with PMS because he wasn't.
Damn.
I wasn't because I was helping out the promotions team, but I was part of programming though. You're not supposed to be double dipping. It's a liability, insurance, and all that. But I was over here helping out with stages and my first event as an intern. I think we went to Barney's. I went with Varen, somewhere random. And you know
shout out
Varen.
Baron.
Shout out to
Yeah, I
Gary.
love me some Varen P. You know Varen is anti-Mike.
Yes.
And it was just
Yeah.
me, it was just me and him. So he just threw me to the wolves, and I'm just stuttering my ass off. I'm saying the wrong socials. Like, yeah, I was
Everything's all
like,
wrong. They're following
I was
all the
like-
wrong people.
I was like TKLA. I was so dyslexic. I was just messing it up, but it got me some reps in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when Blackmore found out, he put a stop to that because that becomes his issue. If
Right.
I get
Programming. Yeah.
But to me, full circle again, getting in trouble for doing the most for the greater good. Like
Yeah,
how I
but-
got.
Is the dream, honestly, is it to do sports because you were a big sports guy and you did sports here in LA? Is
Right.
it overall maybe like leaving music eventually and then going to do sports and doing an outlet like that, or is it still just gonna stick in the music radio?
I feel like Vegas has taught me a lot about. iHeart spoiled us. iHeart, for us to have that much kind of exposure in a top dog industry, because I was so kind of blind when I went to iHeart, but like now that I've been to like a couple of internships and I dealt with like iHeart and moving to Vegas, you kind of see like how big of a monster iHeart is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't see buildings like that with studios and and you take for granted. Like even the salespeople got like furniture and shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like it's a luxurious radio environment to work at.
For sure.
Bunch of BS, but their presentation is top tier. Can't be beat.
That's
like
true.
my radio station is more like a mom and pop setup. It kind of looks like they bought an old dentist office and then they kind of just worked it out. Some places where they filled your cavities, we're gonna put some mics in here. You know what I mean? Like it's a maybe. But people will tell you.
Talk with him on Monday.
People will tell you that I'm not lying. But it's a humbling thing though too. Like, cause like to go from that, and even when I was doing the podcast with Garrison and James, I was still able to be around that environment, and then to come over here in a very mom and pops kind of environment, and we have our owner of the radio station. He's a lawyer. He's a big dog lawyer out here. So
nice.
So he's one of the lawyers that helped everybody out for the October 1st shootings. So he helped everybody kind of get paid out. So he's very respected. So we're not syndicated. We really don't rely on other things like corporate does.
Yeah.
We're able to do that, but Vegas is kind of weird though because there's so much shit happening here. That's one thing I miss about LA, about doing like local events.
Yeah.
Going out in the city, there's not a lot of that going on. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or whatnot, but it's been little to none. Like we did a couple of things, Like it's hard to throw our own shows, like how LA would throw their own like hip hop R&B shows, your Wangos, like because everything's already in the backyard.
It's true.
Everybody that goes on tour, they make Vegas a stop.
Yep.
Everybody, we have the hot nightclubs. Everybody performs at those. Like I get it. I get why. You know what I mean? It's not, but those are like little things that I do miss. Like I hate to sound like Future, but I'm meant for the streets. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be out.
Where do you see your
question?
journey?
Yeah, I know. Thank you for bringing that back.
What? Wait, I already forgot.
No. That's what Russell asked
about
me.
sports or music.
Oh yeah. No, I wanted to ask as far as like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Don't ever let me moderate nothing, son. Whatever the question is, we're talking about what we're having for dinner. It just doesn't line up.
It's true.
I will say that sports is my ultimate passion in life. I love radio. I love music, but radio and music doesn't have as big of an effect on my life as a whole as sports has had. Like growing up playing sports it's just always been part of my life, while more as I got older is where like music and doing radio has incorporated with that passion. So if I can find my way back to do sports radio down the road, I think that'd be great. It's not required, but I still love that Victor Brick role. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have some hot takes. Let's chop it up, barbershop style, which I love. But like, people have to be part of the plan. I don't know, but see, the thing is though, like I don't know how to approach that stuff like in my situation now, because it's just the environment that I'm in. Radio's a hot market. There's just competition every block you walk.
You know, there's always that talk too, like where you're already doing music radio, and you got your weekend shifts going, and you're filling in during the week. And I've heard you live many times already from here. Just do the website kveg.com, and I know you're doing a lot there, but don't you feel like in this time now that being in radio, you have to definitely do more, and like including like your socials and or any other platforms that you have to promote on? Like, isn't it like that the moment now? Because before, I mean, even in 2015, it wasn't as necessary.
No.
Like some people just crack a mic and that'd be their job, but now it's just so much more detail to it than just
I would say,
cracking a mic, right?
Yeah, it's back like if you were to refer to like 2015, it was like an accessory. It wasn't a necessity.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was nice to have along the way. But now, like, as times have changed, it it almost has to be part of your brand, which kind of irks me, I guess, because that's just probably like the older person in me. Like still, like I guess I'm becoming an older person in radio. Because like there's so much change in radio within the last like 5 to 8 years, and it's been it's been such a rapid change too. There hasn't been like no like small slow transitioning.
No.
Like once social media came around and like took over everything like related for searching for whatever in life.
Right.
It's now has to be. It can't even be part of your background. It has to be part of your presentation now, which it kind of messes with me because I love social media and I love messing around with it, but I've never been like so stuck on it. Not like my Snapchat days. Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah.
Throwback.
I kind of things going on in Snapchat for sure.
I kind of miss my Snapchat day. I miss that beast that I was. Like, yo, everything's got to go on here. Who cares? We just out here to entertain.
Do you even get on at all anymore?
Nah, Snapchat. I had to fall back. It's too sketchy now.
I'm
in a relationship.
I'm surprised that you're very entertaining. You have so much energy that you don't do more content. I would say.
You know what I think it is, and I actually have these conversations with myself. I'm very big on self-talking. I have a lot of conversations with myself.
You used to do that during your Amazon days when you were driving around. You conversate.
Yeah, and I think that's what people love. I think people love to see people have conversations that they can't have or don't want to have or don't have the courage to have with themselves. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's what makes good content for radio. It's like, damn, like I was thinking that. You ever go to church and you think that message, like, damn, who told them about my problems? That message sounds like it's really about me today.
It's talking about you, yep.
You find an area where people can relate, but it's not so much as being vague about the topic. It's actually diving in and showing your experiences, because other people are going through it too. They just don't have an opportunity to vent to somebody or have that comfort to do it.
Yeah.
So you not only do you break the ice for the people you're talking to, you break the ice for themselves. You are the icebreaker for themselves. Damn, that's chef's kiss the way I said that.
You know, it goes back to like, okay, well, we had that conversation that we had with, or that interview that we had with Garrison. And Garrison has this thing called Hot Take Tuesday. So how come you haven't thought of something like, hey, talk to me? I don't know.
I used to do Wild Wisdom Weekends. It's a tongue twister.
WWW, huh?
Yeah, it was Wild Wisdom Weekends where I just be fair game, and I did that for a while. But I think it's more. These are the self conversations that I would have, and I learned how to be honest with myself more as I got older. Because when I was younger, you could gas yourself up to be like, nah, the other EJ's tripping. You know what I mean? Like, you keep going. Mm-hmm. But now I think it's more about how just life is growing with radio and just regular living. Like, I came out here with my girlfriend. We were together for like a year. Not only did I have to like help myself grow in radio, I had to help myself grow in a relationship. Right. And I don't have to tell you guys are both married. Like, it's a lot of nurturing that goes into a relationship. And it's not a complaint. These are just observations that I've learned along the way. And you both know me. This is like my first real committed relationship I've ever indulged into, you know? So to grow this.
And now you're getting married.
Yeah, you know, and then I'm working 2 jobs. So I have to, though I would like when I was single, a lot of my downtime would just be, let's go mess around, let's put some content up, but let's just do it as we live life. Right. These are all different approaches now. Like, some of my spare time, I have to be fair. You know what I mean? It can't be so self like surrounding myself with I have to be fair. Like, but these are things I want to do. But these are things that I was learning how to do coming out here in a committed relationship. Like, downtime, I want to go do something with her sometimes, you know, and then or find a window that I can give myself and a lot of time to do some stuff if I wanted to. But that's so hard because I'm working multiple jobs. So my downtime is very limited in itself. So to cut a slice of my downtime, to cut a slice out of that to give to myself is not really available most of the time, because like date night can be an all damn day thing. You know what I mean?
All day.
And especially I'm only in Vegas.
Yeah, and Sundays are my only day off. So
I'm the same way. Sundays are my only day off.
So, I have a new schedule on Saturdays where I get off at 5 a.m. and I'm back at the studio at 3 p.m. to work to 8 p.m. So I have an 8-hour turnaround to come home, take a nap, walk Rex twice, maybe get something to eat with the fiance, and head right back. So like that's what I mean. Like as much as I would want to work on stuff, and I don't, probably sounds like an excuse, but these are just like life experiences that I've been learning the last like 3 years of. I have to make sure I balancely. Can somebody confirm, is that a word?
Balancely?
Yeah.
That's not a word.
I don't think that's a word.
Scrabble denied. I had to truly find a way to balance my nurturing with everything going on. Because like I said, still growing into this relationship, just got engaged in January. Super excited about that. But who knows if I would be at this point if I didn't still give us enough time to grow instead of me being so selfish to my approach with radio and growing that without growing us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes as I got a little older, it didn't feel so required for me to put so much stuff up. Like I'd be active on the story, not so much the timeline. But I guess this is like where I'm at a crossroad of learning these new approaches with getting ready to get married, still wanting to grow my radio career, just looking for opportunities of just advancement in life. Like these are all crossroads that are coming together at once, and I don't know how I'm going to approach them yet. Like I have a good idea, but as they're all happening, you know, like sometimes there's a detour. You can't turn right. You gotta take this left and get back to where you have to go. So like I think that kind of comes back to where you say like I have a good personality, which I appreciate, and I'm humbly accepting that compliment. It's not as easy as it seems because some people have more available time to devote to that. Where I'm still learning how to evenly devote my time to everything happening in life right now.
Do you think if you had an opportunity...
That makes sense? I know that was a long ass answer.
No,
I
yeah.
was trying to find so many words to describe it. That's a good question though.
Do you think if you had an opportunity to come back to LA and let's say you got an offer that's like, hey, we're gonna put you on, weeknights, 7 to midnight, or on, K-Day, or I don't know, any other stations out here. Probably not K-Day because they just had a massive layoff too.
Yeah, they did.
But if
who hasn't been laid off in Cali? Right. Oh my God.
But do you think you'll have, you think you would come back for something like that if they're like, hey, well, how good does it have to be to come back to LA and do the same job? So
these are actually conversations me and the fiance have had, and it's more of just it's not been planned that that's what we want to do, but I like having regular ass conversations about any kind of possible outcomes. Because I think they're kind of healthy to have. You know what I mean? It's just like getting mental reps of what may occur. I will say this before I give you my answer. It is way easier to leave California than it is to move back to it. And that is just financially, jobs.
Right.
Like
I get
like,
you.
I live in a tax-free state. I kind of got spoiled. I don't pay state taxes. They only take federal out of my checks here for both jobs. It's like the fakest raise I've ever gotten. It's the best one. iHeart never gave me no real raise like this. No other jobs gave me no, like, damn. Like on average, depending on what you work, state tax can get you for like $200 to $600. You know what I mean? Like this is crazy. So
it's true.
Rent is cheaper, but it reminds me of Cali like 5 years ago. Everything's kind of jumping up. It's still cheap for us because we have that Cali mentality of like when we came out here, it felt like everything was on sale. But I have told the fiance, because I really have no family out here that much. Probably have I have an uncle, maybe a cousin, but my whole team is in Cali. Right. Her whole team is in Cali. But the situation would have to make sense. Mm-hmm. Because my human job, Monday through Friday, I actually work from home. So that's able to travel with me as I see fit.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So
cool.
that's a great luxury to have in my back pocket. For radio purpose, if they want to if there's an opportunity for me to make like a really great bag, I would not be opposed to it. I would
not just LA. Let's say I don't know, Arizona, San Francisco, Oakland, or Arizona.
Oh, okay. I I guess dream scenario would be from LA to San Diego. I would I would consider AZ. I would consider Arizona. I think Arizona's not bad living. It's just a cousin of Vegas, if you ask me. But to go back to Cali, there's other things that have to make sense for it to happen.
By the way, I want to apologize for this seat. It makes it sound like when I move, like I'm farting or whatever. This seat is like,
can you hear it?
Weird.
It does sound like you took a couple of gas X's. It does. But I don't know. I would love to. I would love to go back to do radio there, and then even to even have the passion though too. Like if things don't work out here for radio, do I still want to do radio? And like I said, these are just possible scenarios that I have conversations with myself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm still in the game. I'm still passionate. I'm not like LeBron in his 21st year, ready to retire and tell you. You know what I mean? Like I'm waiting for Rex to make the league so I can play with him. You know what I mean? It's not that, but I'm about to be 40 in a couple of years. I'm not on no like a main schedule yet, and I've had talks with radio people, and these are real conversations that we have with ourselves of like, is radio still on my career state of mind, or is radio transitioning to be a hobby state of mind? You know what I mean? Like I don't want to leave radio, but I have to be honest with myself because we do need to provide for our families. You know what I mean? I got a wedding to plan. Like things are fucking expensive. Like money still has to come in properly. Yep. But how do I fit my passion to do it? Or does this become a really dope hobby? I'm still career minded with it, but I'm not blind to see how some people, like it's so hard to stay career minded with it because all your other responsibilities that it becomes hobby related. You know what I mean? Like these are, and I feel like you guys did the opposite. Like you were trying to get back into it. Like this is a dope hobby. Let's build it up back into our careers. Where on my side of the spectrum, some people are like, this is my career, but damn, I don't want to leave it. I might just want to make it a hobby instead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're just like on the freeways going opposite ways in some people's mentalities.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Sorry to get so deep. I know we're having so much fun.
We're
having so much fun.
I wish we can continue it too, but we appreciate your time.
What?
But obviously, we're not going to cut it short yet. Maybe just in a bit. We're here with EJ from 97.5 Vegas, KVEG, and you can follow him on Instagram at brother LBC. That's ELBC. Because he's originally from Long Beach, and we thank you for your time. I wanted to ask you, with what you said, obviously your mind is right now kind of more of like, well, you know, if it comes, then it comes, but it has to come with something that's going to be beneficial to you and your fiance for you to move out. What would you say to those that are in the grind and trying to make it into radio and trying to pursue the same journey that you are currently in right now?
See, that's tough. Right now, in my mood right now, you guys got me kind of being like motivational. I would say like be honest with yourself. This is not something, like I said earlier, this is not a dope ass side gig. You're just not here to be a lifeguard for the summertime. If you're gonna be in this game, this is real commitment. Ups and downs. Some of my highest highs, that dip was right after those. Like I went from complete highs to the bottom of the barrel in like 36 hours. It is an emotional roller coaster, but damn, those highs are dope. Those highs are nice. And honestly, those highs are like, it could be 30 seconds, 90 seconds, a 5-minute high. But it'd be like, it's like chasing the childhood dream all over again, going to the radio tents. I just got like a highlight of my day, but that highlight is now bookmarked for like life. You know what I mean? If you really want to do it and you really know that you'll be committed, it's all fair game. Get at it, coach. You know what I mean? But if you're iffy, if you just like, I would tell people to really ask themselves, I know you want to do radio. And it's an obvious, you know what I mean? People like, I want to do radio, I want to be on air. Like, and you can see the passion. Ask them why. One word ask question. Ask them why. And if they have a detailed answer, it doesn't have to be a long ass answer. If they have a detailed answer about what their like focus is of that approach, it'll speak volume to be like, you know what? You have that kind of mentality about it, you can make some shit happen.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
no
know,
doubt.
but if it's more about celebrity, if it's more about like just being on the scene,
Famous.
like it's just kind of cloudy to me. And
Yeah, I feel that.
it's just the people person in me is like, that's just not what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you right there on that, man. It's a tough road, and you got to be committed, and I 100% agree with that. That's where people don't get the challenge, though. Hey, EJ, it's good to catch up with you, brother. We're gonna.
I still got more time.
No, we're gonna have to wrap up, brother.
I got another shirt I can put in.
We're gonna
Where we
connect
going?
with you again, though, and hit up EJ at
What?
KVEG.com 97.5.
This is like the letter
and
on the
also on
nightstand.
Instagram.
Make sure
the
you
letter on the nightstand.
Subscribe
Oh, point the finger.
Tap
Brr,
to
brr, brr.
media.
to the Tapped In Media on YouTube and also Tapped In _media on Instagram. Thanks, EJ, for your time, brother.
This is why iHeart fired us.
Yeah, that's true. I'll call you right now.